back to back? What's happening, man? I'm consistent. No, I'm not. I'm so good at my job. This is not my job. Oh, I love this part. Oh, wait, it's coming up. It's coming up. How did I do that? That's like my first ever thing, man. That was like my first song. I'm so proud. I've gone downhill from there, actually. Downhill. My other songs, man, not that good. Okay. Well, more reactions. Did it? Okay. Meme sheep, meme sheep. I'm not actually doing meme sheep. Wait. What is it called? What's it called? Watch later. Instant getting stream sniped. Oh, wait, man. I want to see that. Okay. A lot of things I'm gonna watch later right now, man. I delivered a penny to Mr. Beast 1 hour ago. Bro, wait. Wait. Man. Man. I need to watch it. I need to watch it, man. 17 minutes. I don't know if I should. Man, I don't. Man. Man. Whatever, man. Whatever. Well, I guess I'll watch it after. I just wanted to. Cash in, cash out, cash in, cash. Copyright. Wait, what was I gonna do again? Wait, where's the? Oh yeah, you know how I always wanted to get a VR headset. You know, it's taking a long time to load, isn't it? Well, I've not recent. I've been seeing these videos. You know, of what is it? Wait, not ready to get copyright struck yet, man. Okay. You know what? I've been thinking about getting a VR headset, and I watched the first 6 minutes of this, and I knew I had to say something about this, man. So, yeah. Uh, this is crazy. Yeah, epilepsy warning, man. And this made me rethink a lot, man. I don't know what to say, man. Chapter 1, Hannah. Oh! Oh! No. Where is it? Wait. She passed by, but she... No. That was a zoophile, man. Are you kidding me? These are like copyrighted songs, then that they really fit with the thing, with the themes, man.
This is Hannah. She describes herself as a 24-year-old trans woman who has a girlfriend called Jess and is...
What is that banner, by the way? What is that? That's a bit crazy. 27 trans Finland taken. Mommy figure own T-Pen.
the
Okay.
owner of 2 pets. But one thing she didn't mention in the description on Discord is that she loves VR chat, a free-to-play.
Yeah, VR chat is like one of the things I was looking forward to when getting a VR headset, man. Also, it's taking a pretty long time to load, don't you think, man? Do I sound clear when I turn off my webcam? Because if so, that's a good sign, I guess. But now we're gonna have to stick with this then. Though, not then.
Virtual reality
Mm-hmm.
socializing game. But you could probably have guessed that just by going through her Twitter. In fact, I looked through all 16,000 of her tweets, and 98.5%
You have a lot of time on your
of
hands.
them are all virtual characters in VR chat fucking. Now, you're
Yes.
probably wondering where
Weird.
I found Hannah. Well, don't tell her this, but I was recently tipped off about a server she's a part of, and apparently there's a lot of sketchy behaviour that goes
Yeah,
on within the
what?
confines of these tech
It's
chats.
VR. What is
What do
wrong
you
with you?
think she was looking for in this server? No, not more kinky VR videos. Although she did seem to post those a little too much on Discord as well.
Stop!
What
Don't put
Hannah
her
really
moaning.
wanted was
Don't
to
put her.
find someone to cuddle with in VR chat. Well,
Do it
lucky
with
for
your
Hannah,
boyfriend,
a
man.
guy called Siphon was also
Or
lonely and looking
girlfriend,
for
whatever.
cuddles. One slight issue: Siphon is a 15-year-old child, and Hannah is a 24-year-old trans woman. But they both wanted to cuddle, so he decides to message Hannah.
Yeah, no. This is not gonna go well, to be honest. If you can, as you can already tell, this is by BrandonFM. I will link his channel in the description. Then I've been watching his VR videos about this, like the dark side of VR and everything. Yeah, this is crazy.
In fact, Hannah is the first person Siphon has ever messaged from this Discord server. To his disarray, Hannah decides to engage in a friendly conversation.
Hello, cuddles. Like that's it.
Pat, Pat, hi, hi.
Hat
Hi.
pat.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I just woke up.
How did you sleep?
Okay, I guess. So, tell me about you.
I saw your post on Team
I
Beneficial's
slept
main
amazing,
cuddle
man.
session. I'm 15 and lonely, that's about it. Just want some company.
I'm 24, hun.
I know. So no cuddles?
Maybe.
So no cuddles.
Okay. If cuddles go well, can we maybe ERP?
What is with
For
these?
those
What is with these emojis, man?
at home watching who don't know what ERP means,
ERP.
it stands for erotic roleplay, and it's basically virtual sex.
Here we go. I thought I had the webcam on. I did, kinda. Well, now I do. Good thing I was gonna check on the image. There we go. I was gonna be all, okay. What is with, I look like Virgil right now, man. Where is it? Where is it? It's somewhere here. I'm looking for it. Wait. It's somewhere here, man, I swear. It's somewhere here. Wait. Where is it? What is it, man? It's somewhere, I know that for sure. It's here somewhere, man. It's such a funny meme. It's such a funny meme, man. Boy, get your VR already? So you can have VR e-girls. That's what I'm saying, man. I want VR e-girls, but like, man, there are literal pedophiles, man. What the? You saw that, right? That a fly just flew by. That was dirty basement. Well, I couldn't find the meme, so huh, sucks.
It's the very thing Hannah was posting all over her Twitter.
ERP.
Have you ERP before?
Yep, a few times.
Any IRL experience?
Yeah, last year with one of my school friends, but only
Man, he had some IRL experience. Boy, I'm a literal. Nah, there's no way, bro.
one IRL
No way.
experience.
Do you have a VR mommy?
I did.
What?
They don't come online a lot because of work. They were called Bella, and I haven't spoken to them for a few weeks. That was one of the people I ERP'd with, and it was really nice and comforting.
Okay,
Nice and comforting, okay.
That's fine. I can be a mommy for you, but I need to meet you first. To
Nah.
see if I like you.
Does seeing my mommy involve cuddles and ERP?
Yes, and support.
Nah, man, this ERP, man, that's crazy. The first thing I do if I get a VR headset, man, I'm gonna ask people to ERP. Then I'm gonna get banned on Twitch, you know?
From here, the 24-year-old Hannah seems to get herself into some even more hot shit by sending Siphon literal porn. And
Oh,
proceeds to ask all about his kinks.
look at that,
Keep in
man.
mind,
Look.
she's
Imagine this in the actual VR, man. Oh my god, no, I'm
fully
kidding.
aware that he's 15 years old.
This is
But
crazy,
the
though.
icing on the cake is by searching
What is ERP? It is erotic roleplay. It basically means e-sex, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's literal VR e-sex. That's literally it.
up her past chat logs from the Discord server, you
Why do girls always have XXX in their name, man? It's so annoying. Like XXX gamer girl or something like that, man. Like, why do they ever
can
say
see
that?
that she has made the big mistake of posting her face for the community to see.
Yeah.
And now you, watching this video, are also seeing what the face of
Let's
a
go. So
pedophile looks
epic.
like.
Okay, so epic, man. Yeah.
Unfortunately for Hannah, I was the person she was messaging all along. And to be honest with you, it was pure luck I just so happened to message her first, since this was all a bump in the road when it came to my journey.
That looks so cool, man. Until you die.
And if you think that anecdote was crazy, you haven't seen anything yet. VRChat holds a lot more than just pedophiles behind its closed doors. In its other dark corners, you can find fraud, blackmail, doxing, substance abuse, gangs, and
Imagine a gang in VR chat, man. Like, how does that work?
slave trading.
Slave trading.
But most importantly, you can find vulnerable individuals that turn to this game in hopes of an escape from reality. But despite their efforts, VRChat can leave them worse than they were before.
Kind of sad.
Usually because of people like Hannah.
Why are the eyes so, like, crazy? Okay, you can stop staring at me now. Thank you. Yeah, BrandonFM is making some good stuff. It's amazing, man. The hair physics is messing this up so badly, man. Editor and directed, written by. Why does she have a rip in this area right here, man? I know it's like, not no. Okay, I'll stop. Like, nah, man. 7 Deadly Sins of VR chat. Man, I This is questioning. This is like making me
Do you
question.
think VR chat is a second life to an extent? A second chance, maybe?
A second chance, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think so.
You know
I
what it
don't
was
think
for
so.
me? Remember how I mentioned I do music production? Everybody I ever showed it to always looked down on me for it. So I thought that I had nothing to do with my life. I thought I was worthless. And then I started playing VR chat, and the people here were so different from the people around me in town.
You see, the thing about VR is like, you can meet people from all over the place, and you can be like so happy. Like when you take off the headset, like Moon said one time, all you see around you is nothing. You made no progression in life. It's so sad. Man.
And so it rebirthed me as a person. But that would have never happened without
A second
this.
life is a bit
It's kinda
crazy.
scary. The way I can tell you is for the people that it's a second life for, it teaches you how to live again.
How to live again. I guess I can say that. The cinematography in here is so beautiful. This is a documentary or this is a movie? What is this? Chapter 2. That 2 is really delayed. Okay. I think this is, yeah, this is where I stopped saying.
Welcome back to the virtual reality show.
Oh man. I used to watch. I watched their channel, man. Back when I thought I was gonna get VR. Oh no, not these people. VR's 13-year-old. What? Why is Kendrick playing?
Picture this. It's 2003. And
No, I
I'm
can't.
not even born yet.
Me neither.
But a second life was. Imagine
Wait, you weren't born in 2003? Wait a minute, so.
an online multimedia platform that allows people to create an avatar for themselves and have a second life in a virtual world. Well, lucky for you, as long as you had access to a computer in 2003, that could be a reality. The video game Second Life might just be the first metaverse before the idea of a metaverse was even a
What about
thing.
Half-Life, man?
Fast forward to 2022, and Facebook rebranded their parent company to Meta, which is basically
With the 5G
Second
and
Life,
everything,
but
man.
in virtual reality. In between these two Goliaths is a middle child called VR.
Good song choice, by the
Didn't
way.
get popular for its groundbreaking ideas, but instead got popular from a meme.
You don't know the way.
Do you know the way?
You have to have Ebola to know the way.
I remember this.
You don't know the way.
I can't believe this is like old.
In fact, to most people, VR chat is just that.
A
joke.
meme.
Oh, look at this guy. I wonder what this guy looks like IRL. Oh, I really want.
That's
Made
kind of
full
sad.
of goofy avatars and funny moment compilations by big YouTubers. But what they don't know is, VR chat might just be the first video game ever created that lets the 7 deadly sins flourish in its
Okay.
forms to the fullest degree. Pride, lust, greed, wrath,
Definitely lust.
envy, gluttony, and sloth are all extremely apparent.
Definitely
once you
gluttony,
dive
sloth,
just a
man.
little bit deeper into the game. While VR chat thrives in some of the categories more than others, no sin goes untouched. In
Mhm.
fact, in this final installment of my VR chat documentary series,
That's the final.
I
This is
will
the final
share with you
video.
the most coveted secrets of this game,
Mm.
and most importantly, share some of the most
This one right here. They like to. I'm not even gonna respect the pronouns here. It, yes, it likes to touch little animals, man. I don't get these people. These people are like, I take care of my animals. I care for them. I do everything I can to make them feel What? Also, these people think that animals can give consent. They don't even know what that means. How can they give consent? They don't know what that means, man. What you're gonna? That's so weird. Just doing that stuff to animals, man. This one tried to emotionally manipulate people into thinking that she was it. Sorry, it was doing something like acceptable, valid, man.
most disturbing stories that its
Exactly.
users have to offer.
What is?
But for you to really
No.
understand why the things happening in VRChat are a problem, you first need to understand how VRChat works, and how it's different to a game like Second Life, or even a social media platform like Instagram. Because it's that layer of immersion that
This little boy has a VR headset already, and I have nothing. I have nothing. What is? I'm so mad, man.
virtual reality gives to
I want
VRChat
VR.
that makes it so much
I want to ERP. I want to ERP.
more real than just texting someone on Discord. If you've tried VR before, you know how euphoric that first experience can be. It really does feel like
Beat
you're
Saber
in
is
a
my first
video
time
game,
doing
and
it.
at some points, it even feels like
Bro, two of my cousins each have a VR headset. They're like, oh, I don't even use it that much. Give me it then. Give me it then. I played Rec Room with them. It was so crazy, man. The thing about VR is like, you are the game. It's crazy. Man, I felt some of the 5G energy get into me, but other than that, it's pretty good. I like VR, man. Not gonna lie.
you're in a whole different world.
Exactly.
If you've never tried VR, what's important to recognize is that the hype that you have heard about this technology is very real.
To 2030.
VR is one of those innovations that will be remembered in the same vein as that iPhone in your pocket. It is an incredible
Wow.
piece of technology that blurs the idea of reality, and it's only
That's kind of scary, man.
year by year. VR Chat is essentially a free virtual reality socializing platform where you can interact with anyone from around the world in a living, breathing 3D environment. This means all of the problems and benefits social media brings to the table carry over to VR Chat, but in more extreme ways than before. One extremely important thing to note is just like a lot of other social media platforms, VR Chat is a 13 plus rated service.
13
It is
plus.
advertised for 13-year-olds and above.
And there are 5-year-olds with VR headsets that, oh my, I hate.
Keep this in
Oh
mind
my
as we delve
gosh,
deeper
man.
into this bizarre counterculture.
How did they get that? Not me, man. Hate
I
that so
want to
much.
ask a couple somewhat personal questions.
Okay. What?
Yeah. How old are you?
Oh.
So right now I'm
Why did I think I was getting interviewed? I'm so stupid.
13. I'm turning 14
13.
this year. So I'm pretty young. I have upwards of 750 plus hours combining my Quest and my computer. Yeah, I've played this game for 2 years.
2 years. That means he was 11. He was 11 when he started. The game is rated 13. PG-13, man. You kidding me? And I'm 15 around here. Still nothing. Nothing. I have nothing.
Do you feel like VR Chat, like the game, is somewhat targeted at you?
Yeah, it does feel targeted at little kids.
Yeah, it's
because of
oh
its
no.
cartoonish style, be anywhere, anyone you want, and no one really shows the bad sides of VR Chat. Everybody thinks it's fairies, sparkles, and princesses.
This is a really mature 13-year-old.
It's like it's really not.
The foundation of VR Chat is made up of two main components, avatars and worlds, both of which are open source to the player base. Meaning
I've seen that
anyone can
avatar
make
so
a
many
world
times, man.
or an avatar and upload it to the game for anyone else to see. You can envision how this can be somewhat problematic to a virtual reality game targeted to 13-year-old children.
Oh.
But we'll go more in depth on those things later. Worlds and avatars are uploaded using the Unity engine, and some people even make a decent living working for commissions for custom avatars and worlds. People want to be unique so badly in this game that they will sometimes pay
Chicken or bad,
thousands
though?
of dollars to get a custom avatar made from scratch.
Wow.
From animals to fabled
Oh,
cartoon
why did you wink at me? Oh my.
characters, nothing is off limit in this game. However, the core player base usually defaults to using an anime-styled avatar. These anime-styled avatars are so
Okay.
ingrained into VR Chat that some might even say it's the acceptable attire to wear if you're looking to interact with anyone that is somewhat serious about the game.
Somewhat
Worlds are
serious.
interesting because this is essentially what makes VR Chat the first VR metaverse. It is an oasis of possibilities. Scenic parks, insane metropolises, arcades, movie theatres, mini-games, horror experiences. I mean, those are just a few of the places you might want to visit. All of which you can teleport to at the click of a button.
Okay. Those these trenches are kind of cool though, actually.
But
I'm gonna
by
get
opening up the
copyright
doors to
strike,
anybody
man.
to create any virtual reality experience they desire, you are essentially allowing infinite possibilities to experience with infinite people in infinite ways, which is sometimes why extremely unsettling things slip through the cracks of the code, straight into the 13-year-old's VR headset.
Oh no. Don't show me this. What was happening? Is he frozen? Okay.
Last year, I was diagnosed with depression, and I had
What?
antidepressants.
Man. I hate that so many youngins, so many of these whippersnappers, they're all like diagnosed with depression and stuff. Like, how is this happening, man? The internet needs to get away from these little children. The internet's so weird.
Because of this game, and I kept getting back into it.
Why are there so
I was
many?
like, I can't just leave my friends. It's fun. But the mental effects that it has on your brain, like for example, how I said I was sitting out in that window contemplating to jump and end my life because of VR chat.
What?
As a 13-year-old kid is insane. I was contemplating to end my life and not experience anything more because of VR chat, because of what I've experienced in this game, because of the people.
Man, people are
The last
stupid.
thing I need to tell you about VR chat, before we dive into some of the more disturbing topics, is phantom touch. This is essentially something that some individuals have that
if I get VR headset, that's gonna be kind of crazy to feel phantom
allows
touch,
them
man.
to actually feel the sense of being physically touched through a VR headset. I know that sounds crazy, but it is indeed a real thing that some people have discovered about themselves when they try VR. But most of the time, it's something that people have developed. This one element adds a whole new level of immersion to the VR experience.
Kind of crazy.
And when that's partnered with a fully interactive...
You see, the reason this is a thing is because the 5G energy, it like, once you wear the VR headset, it just like surrounds your body. So eventually you'll develop a feeling of phantom touch. And the other people that are like, that have been in VR chat for like a prolonged amount of time will pass their 5G energy to you, and so you'll feel that whenever you touch them. That's why you get to feel,
3D environment, it can result in some pretty crazy situations. Like I said, the reason I'm going over all of this with you...
That could be me. That could be me. That could be me. That should have been me. That should have been me.
These things that people are doing in this game holds more weight than your average video game voice chat.
It does, man, because you're in the game. You are the game. That's why it's so interesting. Wait, hold on. Let me do something real quick. It's gonna take a while to get through. It's gonna take a long time to get through. I keep pausing because I'm so mad. I really need to get VR e-girls, man. Come on. Webcam. There we go.
Or social media. Pair this with a player base of socially inept adults, and you have an absolute
Yeah, what is wrong with these adults? There's so many predators nowadays. Do these grown people not know how to restrain themselves? I don't understand. Adults are supposed to be like set, like they know what they are, man. I'm not saying all adults are supposed to do that, but like I'm saying they're all you know, what is it? Like, I don't know how to describe it. They're supposed to be more mature than us kids, man. Us youngins,
Disaster
you
of a
whippersnappers.
social platform.
I don't get it, man. Like,
How many hours do you have on VR chat?
1,000.
5,000.
5,000.
26.
Why were you spending 12 hours a day in here? What was the
12
sort of
hours
thing
a
that pulled
day.
you in?
I was only.
What would you say to those people who view VR chat as just another game with some sexual content?
The difference is that sexual content is actual people.
What is stopping someone from turning off their headset?
The immersion.
It's the same reason that a drunk girl won't leave a party. Same scenario. You are pressured to stay there because peer pressure. If I
That's not
am in
good.
a party in VR chat and I want to go, but all my friends are there telling me, "Oh no, go get one more bottle. Come on, come drink with us."
Now you're hanging around the wrong people
If that
then.
was a real party, it's no different than a VR party. I'm gonna stay and I'm gonna go have fun.
It's
with them
completely
because I
different.
don't
What are you
want to
talking
lose.
about?
I don't want to be judged.
You don't
The
want to be.
power of the social environment is a lot stronger than any of us, I think, realize.
I would say that's a you problem, but I don't know. What is that chapter called? What the? No. But what? I don't. What was I gonna say? I guess I can understand where he's coming from, because I was gonna say, like, it's kind of a you problem, because you're choosing to fall into the peer pressure, but to be honest, if I was in that situation, I don't know how I'd react actually, because I'm on the outside looking in, and I can study it, but if it's happening in real time, I might, you know, die. No, not die. All footage that might be deemed sexual is for educational purposes. It also all sexually explicit films from VR, and they are also censored. Twitch, if you're watching, this is for educational purposes only. I don't know. This will probably not save me from anything, and it will not. It won't really help because I'm not that big of a streamer yet. If I don't have 100 followers, I'm nothing. Not gonna lie. I'm kidding. Thank you guys for subscribing. Not subscribing. I gotta stop. Maybe that's why I'm not big, man. Because I'm not a good streamer. That's why. Not a good streamer. Okay. Yeah, educational purposes only, man. Educational. Listen up. You're about to get educationed. I didn't press play. Okay, there you go. Okay. It's just a weird. Just keep looking at the face. Oh, that's clever, actually.
Lust, inordinate or illicit
That's-
sexual desires. No
Yeah,
better
man.
word could be used to describe what happens in VR chat. Like you might suspect, a lot of these illicit activities happen at night. But interestingly enough, in VR chat, nightfall is when the sun rises,
Huh?
and vice versa. Confused?
Yes.
Let me explain.
Okay.
It's 10 a.m. and you just
No, it's
woke
not.
up.
It is.
in your
It's
Miami
11
apartment.
actually.
You get breakfast, have a shower, and look at that. It's now 11 p.m. and the sun has
PM.
set.
What the?
You find a bar with your friends, have some fun, and then inevitably find yourself back at home
Okay,
with a
okay.
hangover. It's now
Oh.
10 a.m. again, and the sun has rose.
Oh.
The reason that doesn't transfer over into the nightlife of
Man, I will do a live documentary when I get a VR headset. No, I don't think I'll ever get a VR headset. Maybe I'll get one during Christmas this year, but that's in like, what, 5 months? Wait, it's July, right? July, August, September, October, November, December. 6 months. Interesting. Very interesting.
VRChat is because the game has worldwide accessibility,
Mm-hmm.
meaning when you wake up, the people in Germany are just getting started. This has a strange effect on the player base as it becomes socially acceptable to go drinking whenever you want, since, well, there's always large groups of people doing it. If you went to an IRL bar at 3 PM and started chugging straight vodka, you'd probably get some dodgy looks.
Oh, I'm finishing something real quick. Okay. So I've seen this Brandon's last documentary, and I remember there's this one kid. He's like what, 14, and he went to grab alcohol. He was playing like this one board game, and he was with like a bunch of people, a bunch of strangers, and he drank alcohol and he almost like choked and died. And this one guy, he was like what, an adult basically. He was like 19, 20, and he was like saying like, "Are you okay?" and stuff, and like they were playing the board game the whole time, and this kid was, not gonna lie, this kid was actually kind of a prick. Not gonna lie, man. He's a little bit of a douche. But everyone was like meh about it, and when it reached him, it was like, call it like 7 minutes in heaven, which if you don't know, good. And he needed to choose someone to do it with, and he chose the guy that was like saying, "Are you okay?" and stuff, because they were like talking. It was like, "Oh, you're the only one who's nice to me. What are you talking about, man? You talk to literally no one else." That was so annoying. And for 7 minutes, they were in that room. They locked the room so they couldn't, so like no one else could get in. And that was like a 14-year-old with like a adult. I don't. That's so weird, man.
And if there's one thing that VRChat players care about, it's what people think of them. But like I said,
why though?
there's always a party going on in that game.
Hmm.
Every single minute of every single day. So what does a crazy night of VRChat partying look like?
And these skins too. These e-girls are just having skins. They have skirts. They're like half covering the bottom. Like they only cover the top half where there's like basically nothing. So it's literally just showing everything, bro.
Well, I'm glad you asked.
What did I ask?
It's 9 PM and
No,
you've
it's
just
not.
got online with your friends who have already started drinking. They're in 7 minutes in heaven
Yep.
and invite you to the world. The bottle spins and
This is the game. This is the game I was talking about.
of the night. The game goes on for a while when a drunk guy asks you to join them in the closet.
That's not good.
You're straight, but it's okay since they're in a female avatar. Plus, you're both shit-faced.
Okay.
The door shuts
That's a bit
behind
goofy.
you, the clock turns 10.
That's a bit goofy, actually.
Shot, and it's time to have a change of scenery.
Okay.
Lucky for you, the strip club is always open
Okay.
for anyone to join. You meet another group of people that are just starting their night out and completely misread the situation.
Hello.
You ask for a lap dance, they block you and call you a creep.
Huh?
Turns out they were 15.
Huh?
Fuck. It's okay though. You can just world hop.
Why is everyone 15 nowadays? Like, huh? Like when Among Us was a big thing, I used to get on Among Us, and I used to like look at these people having conversations, and I was like, I was just spectating, and everyone was like, "I'm 14, I'm 15, I'm 13." I'm like, huh? Why are there so many kids my age, man? Like around my age group. What's
You're
happening?
in a new lobby now, and this time luck is on your side.
What do you mean luck is on your side?
Decides to give you
Okay.
a performance for $10 on PayPal. What a steal.
If someone walks in on me right now, man, Because they're like underage or something. I don't know, bro. Gotta calm down. This is a weird compilation, not gonna lie, man.
It's now 11:30 p.m. You're 3 beers, 8 shots, and 2 blunts in. At 12 a.m., you decide it's time to go to a club. Beer pong, more shots, and some good music.
It's so weird how you can just waste time that
12:45
fast.
a.m. A girl approaches you, sits on your lap, plays
That face is ugly, not gonna lie, man.
beer pong, more shots, and some good music.
Look at this, wait.
Will do the trick. It's 12:45 a.m. A girl
That face is so ugly. I can't.
approaches
I don't.
sits on your lap, plays with your hair, and suddenly you're both locked in a private room
Hmm?
in the hall.
Kind of weird. I'm so glad you're not actually showing this clearly, man. I can make out what's happening though. He's about to. No. No, man. So weird. Let's get 100 likes in this video, and I'll do this in
You
VR.
exchange a nod
No.
and look at each other as you start to exit the room.
What do you
and
mean?
After a few more beers, you're out.
That is
cold.
overflowing.
But it's okay, because you know as soon as you wake up, you can do it all again. The digital footprint you left
don't-
behind last night was huge.
I don't
Yet
get
in
it.
a couple days, almost everyone you talk to will forget about your interaction.
That's
And
crazy.
it's that thought in the back of your mind that allows you to feel free.
I guess I can see that. But why does
To
that?
someone who doesn't know about that side of VR chat, the story that I
Go to
just
church in
portrayed
VR, man,
probably
please.
sounds a little bit crazy, but there really are strip clubs, bars, and drinking games within the world.
Yeah, I don't
today.
understand why, man.
People actually do drink real alcohol while in their headsets. People really do charge for sexual favors, and there are remote control sex toys that people use when ERPing. It's about as real as you can get to an IRL party experience from your own home by yourself. And after a few drinks, it feels pretty real. At least, it does to the people living in this world. And make no mistake, there are people living in this world. For the majority.
That's the craziest part. They're these
But
weird.
that's not
Everyone
the end of
is
it.
real, man.
There is money to be made where sex sells. And in VR chat, best believe it does. VR sex workers probably make more money than you, and most of them just need an attractive avatar for degenerates to pay them money.
That's so.
But
It's so easy like that, man. You know what? If this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll become an e-girl on VR and become a millionaire.
it goes beyond that. Adult content on not safe for work websites pull hundreds of thousands of views from VR chat content. Lust is the biggest part of VR chat, which is absurd
Yeah.
given its target demographic. Because of this simple fact, VR chat sex clubs have started to form.
What?
The utilization of Discord servers. And there are 2 tiers of these businesses.
Tears.
The first being what I like to call professional.
Professional.
And the second being what I like to call illegal degeneracy.
Illegal.
Let's start with the professional ones.
Okay.
These are the big players. And the one that we'll be taking a look at today is the one that I found our good friend Hannah in. Team Beneficial.
I don't think I should get VR,
How
man.
many hours do you have in VR chat?
Counting all of my previous accounts and this one, I'd say at least 5,000. Team Beneficial is a server that's mainly targeted towards the not safe for work or club scene, and it has over 16k members. I used to be part of their moderation team as well as a trial succubus sister. A succubus is one of the members of within the Discord. They specialize in giving entertainment, whether it's personal lap dances or
This voice disguising isn't working, man. I could track down her voice right now, man. I'm listening to her real voice right now, actually.
sexual favors for anybody that is
It's a bit pitched down, but you know.
operates mainly like any other club scene does. they carry out events. They do have like their age verification and certain rules that let you view certain channels, and it actually gets you a lot more benefits, or what they like to call it, privilege to going into the not safe for work section.
When I say that Team Beneficial is a professional club,
So
I mean
weird.
that in the lowest way possible, and you'll see why very soon. Team Beneficial's Discord server is where you can find some of the most...
I don't think he likes me the way I like him. What? What's up, kitten? Snuggles up my back. What is this? This Shadow Wolf guy is getting so much
degenerate people and conversations
so much like
ever typed on the internet. Hannah being a great example of that. I will say, at first glance, the
I'm gonna
age
throw up.
verification system is pretty solid when it comes to getting the 18 plus role on the server,
Okay.
which they say is the only way to view and partake in adult events. To get verified, all you need to do is send them a picture of your ID, along with a photo of yourself holding up a piece of paper stating your Discord name, the words Team Beneficial, and the current date of your application. However, age verification is not required for the cuddle request, ERP request, and all of these other 18 plus channels.
What is this,
It does
man?
seem strange that they would go so far to have a great age verification
I
system,
roll 18 plus.
yet most
Oh.
of the 18 plus content is not locked behind that role, especially because a lot of that content is to do with meeting up with other people to ERP.
That's so.
Well, the events carry on surface level pretty chill. Depending on which world you would go to. There's a very notorious one called the Pit, where it has a dance floor, but if you go, there's different doors, and one of them takes you to a place that's essentially the pit. If you fall in, there's a total for removing or having a ladder, which means if people remove the ladder and you don't know you can respawn,
Huh?
you'll be stuck in there, where a lot of individuals do unspeakable, heinous, questionable acts, sexual acts.
That's
Such
weird.
as, role playing, and
They remove a
there
ladder
was no sort
and
of
everything.
moderation towards that, and it was very hectic.
The main question I had was, is it possible to get into these events without an ID verified account? The simple answer is yes.
Of course there is.
All it took
It's Discord.
was for me to add the event host on VRChat and then request to join through VRChat. Since my account isn't linked to my Discord, they just let me walk on in. This essentially means that the 18 plus rank on this Discord server is useless. It's merely a get out clause for the owners to show people that they care about who's in their events.
But they don't, man.
So although on the surface the
Oh,
ID
that guy there
verification
just got
system seems
reeled,
great,
man.
there's no point in it being there, besides gathering personal information of all the degenerates that trust you enough with their credentials.
That's crazy. That reminds me of Roblox, man. That reminds me of
being said,
Roblox.
let's see what the pet event entails.
Especially with all the predators out there, man. In Roblox. I just doubled the amount of... Okay. All footage is recorded in first person to not cause suspicion, as cameras are not allowed in the event. All name tags are off to not give away anyone's account info. The footage was captured over a 40-minute playtime, and not once was I asked if I was verified on Discord or my age. That is crazy. Lazy Flavia Man, if you're still here, I'd like to
The club, you're greeted with a main dance area.
give you an offer. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Acts as somewhat of a
Probably
hub
not.
for all of the different activities the club has to offer. Hangout rooms, private rooms.
Okay, the beat is kind of cool. Whoa,
Most importantly, the pit. This is where most of the action happens. More passive players.
Imagine you're just like doing it like ERPing, and all of a sudden your character just lags out like what was that? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? How do I just end that? Like, how do I stop that, man? I'm not talking about the thing. I'm talking about like what I just did. How do I just Just continue on like that. Like, what did I just... What did I do, man?
Choose to take a more of a spectator role, viewing from above.
I don't know how to get out of that.
In the middle of the floor, there is a massive square hole
Huh?
that people are randomly dropped in.
That's
If you
weird.
fall in, well, that's just tough luck. Now you're forced to watch the mutants that populate it.
Hey,
Here you can see
take off the
possibly
headset.
most
Easy.
Hilariously cringy interaction
It,
with
yeah.
a team beneficial employee and a member.
What is she doing? What is she doing? She's like, "Ugh." What is that? Huh? What? They're doing completely separate things. They're not even in sync or nothing. See, this is why ERP isn't an actual good thing, man. Because it's not based on emotional value. There's nothing. It's just lust, man. Exactly like he said. He has a point. He has a point. He has a point. Okay. I might sneeze, actually. Not gonna lie. Okay. Let's go. Are you hissing? I don't want to see what this looks like in real life, man.
As you can guess, this quickly got a lot less funny and more sexual extremely quickly. After watching this, I immediately called Peter, as I'm 99%
Peter.
sure that this classifies
Ooh, speaking of PETA, I have a video to make about that one.
as animal abuse. Anyway, that's the pin. It wins the award for least security, most degeneracy, and PETA.
All these videos are referencing each other. I love this. Last time, like last stream, it was like the memes like referencing the VR that led to this, and the PETA. That was just the tiniest reference to PETA, and that just brought everything together, man.
All jokes aside,
Life is amazing.
the degenerates that plague the pit aren't really the issue. The problem is, these
Debatable.
people are under the assumption that everyone in the event has to be ID checked.
Mm.
When in actuality, you simply do not.
They're
I
not.
got in without being asked for my age or
Yeah, that's
ID.
crazy.
This means that these unfortunate degenerates could join the pit one day and commit a literal crime within minutes. And in fact, that is what has happened in the past. What sort of problems did that age verification system cause within the server?
Everything.
It generated for a lot of unverified members to still gain access to not safe for work content, and overall also wouldn't filter anybody attending events. Therefore, it would put succubus sisters and other staff members at risk of potentially getting sexually involved with a minor.
Yeah,
Why Team
that's.
Beneficial didn't just simply change how their events are run to stop this from happening, I have no idea. But Team Beneficial might not be the only ones in the wrong here. Lolly avatars are used as a Japanese girl.
There's no way we're getting into this. Oh no. Here we go, man. Here come the lollies, man. What is wrong with people? These predators, they love this. They love lollies. I'll let him explain.
And they all look like children. And of course, it is extremely normalized within the VRChat community. But when that avatar is being used to do sexual things with other players,
Nah.
that is when the grey area starts to darken rapidly.
What do you mean?
Obviously, the lolly
What do you mean by that?
community
What do you
and
mean by that?
stuff is quite big in this game. Would Team Beneficial do anything to stop the ERP?
They wouldn't. No,
lolly
they wouldn't.
skins in these events?
They wouldn't.
If they didn't see it, they wouldn't care, basically.
Yep, I knew it. I knew it. Yep. I knew it.
So there would be times where people
Predicted.
would be ERPing in lolly avatars in these events.
Yes.
Of course. Are you crying?
Yeah, it's
Are you crying?
I just wish I hadn't walked into shit like that, you know?
With the existence of these avatars,
I feel bad.
horrible club
I'm
scene
sorry.
security, degenerate players, and a virtual reality headset, it's no wonder why there are so many pedophiles in the ecosystem.
That's what I'm
of
saying.
13 plus social platform.
Oh, man, they should just make it like 17 plus then. Nah, VR chat is not all about this though. It really seems like it, man. But man.
But if this form of hooking up with people wasn't streamlined enough, don't worry, there's a dating app as well. I don't really have much to say about Never Met. I mean, the most interesting thing about it
Netflix?
is that it's got a 2-star rating on the App Store. I mean, it's a dating app where your profile only
Find a
consists
VRGF or VRBF. That face looks scarily realistic, man.
of your in-game character.
Uncanny Valley,
From what
man.
I can tell, it's quite poorly designed and it's just not run very well. But I mention it to nail down how much of VR chat revolves around
I'm looking to the right, I swear.
dating. Anyway, now that we've exposed one of the biggest VR chat clubs, I'd like to change gears slightly before going into what me and my friends found.
What is that rat doing here? Don't use that rat. Don't use that. Don't use that GIF.
Within a more niche VR chat
Don't
social
use that.
This next
You don't have a
story that I'm
right to
about
use that.
share with you
That's a lolly right there,
might
isn't
be
it?
considered quite controversial. This
Everything
story
here is
what
controversial,
happens when
actually.
roles are reversed.
Huh? Interesting. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
So, about 6 months ago, I was hanging on this world called B Club, and I was with one of my friends who has VIP, because like if you pay on Patreon, you can go to this VIP room.
Fair.
And I met this girl in there who was also a VIP, and we kind of just hit it off. And her voice under my age, and like when I met her, like I asked how old she was, and she's like, oh, like I'm like 21. Didn't even bat an eye, right? And so, like, I added her on Discord, I looked at her other social medias, and, like, up to 2 years back, that was validated. So,
What do you mean?
a month after knowing her, we started dating. The relevant part is that she lied about her age.
Of course.
I found out. And, yeah, my whole world fell apart a little.
Listen. Everyone... I don't know how to start this. Well, kids are stupid. I hate kids. I hate Gen Z. Gen Z is stupid. Gen Z. No, this is not based on Gen Z, but this is why do little kids lie, man? What is, especially about age? Age is the last thing you should be lying about. If anything, you shouldn't even be lying at all, unless it is a little jokey joke, you know. I mean, you can't. Lying just like brings like more complications into everything, man. Not gonna lie. And they really just, it's not even the adults' fault either, man. Like they're, both sides are weird and so disgusting, man. Ignore that.
How old were you when you met her?
Like 30 something, bro. 19. Okay, never mind.
And what was
My
her
fault.
actual age?
14? 15. Okay, close enough. Of course.
Normally,
Absolute weirdos, man.
it's pretty chill. You just get on every night and you hang out with each other, maybe cuddle a little bit. Some
Okay.
people kiss.
Fair, I guess.
Personally, I'm not into it, but
Yeah, good.
In this case, with her, it was a lot more than that, and like every other night.
And also these kids nowadays, they're so lustful, man. Remember the last stream where that 14-year-old got pregnant? Her first time too. I'm so glad I'm watching this before the new Ryan Trahan video, man. Cause this type of shit makes me lose faith in humanity even more than I already have. Cause I think humanity is gone. If Gen Z are gonna be the next adults, we're going downhill. Humanity's going downhill. We are literally at the end of the world right now. No asteroid is gonna kill us. No, the sun isn't gonna explode. We're gonna kill us, man. People are gonna kill each other. They're gonna kill humanity, man. Even worse than they already have. And the worst part is, oh my god, it's all psychological. All psychological. Like I said in that one meme stream about TikTok. It's to get into your head, man. Destroy from the inside, you know.
She would like want to ERP with me.
We're 35. We're like,
okay with it.
why isn't okay with it?
I'd have to anyway, otherwise she'd get mad.
You have to. That's. I don't. Should I censor that? Wait, that's rape, man. That's grape. That's grape, man. Grape. That's it's literally grape. That's actual grape, man. It's not grape, but it's like peer like I wouldn't say blackmail, but like yeah, man.
So you ERP'd with.
Yes, sadly they did, man. Well, I'm not saying I did. I would never, man. She's same age, but like no. Well, I don't know if she's same. No, whatever.
It was her number, and some southern old woman picks up the phone. Not the girl I'm used to, and goes, "Who is this, and why are you on my daughter's phone?" Just about had a heart attack.
Oh.
That. And well, then their mother, I guess, told me that they were 15 and we never contacted again. And I was happy to oblige because I wanted nothing to do with it at that point.
Good on you, bro. Good on you, bro. Oh man, I feel bad, bro.
It's just hitting me a little hard.
If I had a VR headset, bro, I'd be right there. Just give a big hug, man. Big hug, man. There are some sensitive topics, man, to say the least. Oh no, Among Us.
By a couple guys named Akumi and Tanjiro. They wanted to interview me for a documentary they were working on about VRChat, and after the interview,
The Sunset
we
series.
started having semi-regular calls about what they were finding in the game.
Cool. Interesting. Before we get into that, we're not gonna interrupt anything. I just need to quickly do this to I'm not gonna say that, bro. The unwebcamming of me, man. One of these times, I'm not gonna put my mask back up, and I'm gonna get in some serious trouble.
One day they called me and started talking about a club called No Trust. After
Of course.
relaying all the information they had to me, we decided it was a good idea to join the club and see for ourselves. An
What do you mean by
important
that?
thing to know is behind No Trust is a man called Lismatic Studios, who is in fact a lot more interesting than the club he runs. But we'll be going a lot more in depth on him later on in the video. For now, let's look at the
Drugs? No way.
Do you spend your nights drinking, staring at yourself in front of the Void Club mirror? You have a drinking problem, well, we have a drinking solution. You won't even have any time to sit in front of a mirror. You'll
Pretty
be
goofy.
busy answering DMs from people who want to fuck the shit out of you.
Okay. Now that's
The video
kind of
you just
crazy.
watched was a promotional video that Lismatic uploaded to his YouTube channel.
2020,
back in
of
February
course.
Of 2020. It has around 800 views. It's terribly edited, and some might even call it cringy.
It is.
But I guess that's what you get from a small-sized VRChat club.
Mm.
The club's security was the first thing we had to question, because
Okay.
as you already know, it's sort of important when running events that are not safe for work.
Yep.
No Trust security had apparently since improved since its controversy, so we thought we'd put that to the test.
Okay.
Just like Team Beneficial, you have to get ID verified to access certain content. In fact, you had to send your ID directly to the man himself.
Ooh. Okay.
Minutes after joining, I received a message from Lismatic asking me to verify my ID. But unlike Team Beneficial, you did not have to send a picture of yourself
Of course.
on a piece of paper with a message or Discord name written on it. Meaning, it was time to go on Photoshop.
Of
After around
course.
25 minutes of messing around with an ID somebody sent us to modify, it was done. By no means was it perfect, but we were confident it would be good enough to trick Lizmatic into thinking it was a real ID.
Bro, the internet is so easy to deceive you, man. Not me though. Not me though. I have these videos right here that share the truth. The real truth.
And we were not wrong.
The real truth,
We
man.
now had
No.
full access to the server,
You
along
kidding
with
me?
full access to all future events with a fake ID that I photoshopped in under 30 minutes. Unfortunately though, it did seem like the server was no longer very active. No Trust had been around for a while, and it seemed like this was just another attempt at reviving a once active small community. A community that seemed to be ruined by Lizmatic himself. But our time with Lizmatic was far from over. Myself, Akumi, and Tanjiro kept digging into Lizmatic's background, and after interviewing multiple people that had connections with Lizmatic, we found all sorts of skeletons in this man's closet.
Oh,
And these
slaves.
are some of the most rotten remains
Oh. Minors?
I've ever seen. Grooming of minors, ERPing with minors, incest, more dungeons, and greed.
Bro, what's with vor? I don't get the... Like, getting eaten or whatever? Like, consumed and like... I don't... What? What's so arousing about getting eaten, man? It's kind of weird, not gonna lie, man. Greed. Now that we're over with the weird section. Take my what? Unchained.
Greed, an intense or selfish desire for something, especially wealth, power, and food. There are many aspects of VRChat that indulge in greed, and like I just mentioned, Lizmatic is one of those prominent forces. I'll give Akumi the pleasure of telling you about some of his antics, so you can get a more vivid picture of what the owner of No Trust is being accused of.
Lizmatic, also known as Kenny Smith, is most known for owning a sex cult, secretly disguised as a nightlife club, and running a virtual reality slave trade amongst other various sins.
Slave trade? How does that work? How does slaves work in VR? How does that work? What do they work on? Mining VR Bitcoin? How does that... Huh?
On February 18th, 2022.
Oh, they mean slaves, man. Okay, I get it.
Myself, Tanjiro, and Brandon were investigating Lizmatic, since he was a topic in my video, and we all collectively agreed how suspicious his actions were when we found out he was running a secret club amongst his No Trust Empire Discord server.
That's crazy.
The club's name was EHC, or Elite Hunting Club, inspired by a horror film called Hostel. As we were all researching, little behold, about an hour later, it turns out I discovered an immense 37-page Google document discussing how Lizmatic is a child predator. This Google document was containing countless screenshots, intense recountings of events, and pictures of Lizmatic. This was no joke. Viewer discretion is advised. The subsequent contents in this document.
Oh no, we're gonna see some stuff, bro.
That have plagued No Trust and leaked out the disgusting acts of Lizmatic.
I'm ready to.
Plethora, but not all the people to leave this group.
Lizmatic was very aware of what was happening to him, and he actually recruited people to help keep him in check and to keep the club in check. I remember
Vodka. Okay.
It was just a constant battle of trying to win power over from him because he would overstep his bounds. The officers would step in, retract it, and it would just be this constant struggle until the officers just said, "All right, it's not worth it." And that's when we kind of just all the officers left. We all just said, "You want to do you? Fine, we're gonna leave."
Additionally, he began making money off of his club members to fund a secret club through Patreon. And if you aren't familiar with Patreon, you can donate to be a subscriber and see things others cannot, unless they have a subscription. However, this isn't the only form of revenue that Lizmatic receives. He also runs the slave auction, where they have condemned shows using Discord with the people he calls his...
What is the slaves to... What is the obsession with slaves? That's so... Oh my...
have the option to buy the slave. By the way,
while
the slave is bound to VRChat, I should mention this is a real human behind the headset.
That is crazy.
Nothing in this auction is off limits. I don't believe I need to go into immense detail for you to get the picture. Torture, vor, all in the form of roleplay.
Torture.
It's just
Okay.
another way to pimp out his club members for money. Just so we are clear, this isn't actual slaves being bought, it's the idea of one in the form of digital roleplay.
Yeah,
people as slave actors.
Yeah,
I've
no.
heard first-hand stories of someone that attended these slave auctions saying they watched someone buy a slave for $1,300 on this for the game.
1,000?
Yes, real money gets poured into his bank from this, and the most awful premise around this is the avatars he has the slaves wear are made by him, where he steals avatar assets from avatar and world creators and uses them in his club EHC.
That's even
$1,000 or more have been redistributed amongst himself and the people involved in
what?
Discord.
That's like the easiest job ever, man. That's even more easier than getting money from creating videos and stuff. What is it? What's happening?
Using content that is not legally in their possession. Despite all
If this gets 1,000, 100,000 likes, I'll sell slaves in VR chat.
the money and terrible manipulative things he's done to the members, dancers, slaves,
I'm kidding.
and victims in this
I'm kidding.
he still manages to get even worse.
It was a joke.
At first, he was like a really nice person. Nothing lewd happened early, but we did have dancers. It was still suggestive with certain dancers, but nothing like breasts out, you name it. And first it became joke dancing, and then it became like club dancing, which eventually turned into pole dancing, then NSFW dancing.
Okay.
And how old were you at the time?
Still 15 and a half. But they just implemented the 18 plus room, which was called the ERP room. We obviously stayed outside because we were minors. And one day we were chatting outside, just chilling outside of the room, like on one of the couches. Liz just came out and said, "Okay, I don't care anymore, guys. You guys can go into the ERP room."
What?
And did you go into the ERP room?
Of course it did.
We all did.
Yeah.
We were all 15 and 16. There was 3 of us total. We witnessed naked models. When the guys came up and thrust it into my face, I'm pretty sure he was drunk.
Okay.
So, just to get it like concrete, you were invited into an ERP room with Lizmatic, who was, you said, over 22, and ERP'd with them.
Mm-hmm.
Did anything else happen between you two after that?
There was multiple occasions where he would invite me to private worlds to ask him to get off, but the thing is, he has a fiance. He was okay with him like having sex in VR chat, just as long as he didn't do sex in real life.
What? Okay.
Ironically,
fair enough,
one
I
of the
guess.
tamer things Lizmatic has done is create a sex dungeon that you pay $100 to enter.
Of course you do.
What you're seeing on the screen right now is the footage of that dungeon. As you can see by
This is the
entry,
lamest dungeon
it's
ever,
part of
man.
the EHC server, which is also the server that was used to sell VR slaves. The world seems to be so poorly made, it doesn't even resemble VR chat anymore. It's such a stark contrast to the beautiful works of art.
$100 for this, bro.
The whole thing just looks like something out of an old analog horror game. From the images to the tied up avatars scattered across the wall, to the throne that Lizmatic crafted for himself in the middle of the room.
That is so weird.
The whole place exudes an uncomfortable atmosphere. Speaking of the throne, it can be found within every other one of Lizmatic's world creations, almost like a signature, so people know it was him that created this acid trip of an environment. Over on the far wall, we can see the rules that EHC had in place when it was active. No recording and no talking about EHC are the two that stand out the most to me. It was clear that Lizmatic was aware this wasn't an acceptable thing to do, which was probably why there was such a high paywall behind access to the world. Other features of this dungeon include torture rooms, torture games, guillotines, 4 cages, a feeding pit, uncanny private rooms, and overall, nightmare-fueled.
Oh, that was what that was.
It is by far the most disturbing VR chat world I've seen, which makes sense given the guy who made it.
We got to finally see his face. Let me see.
All of Lizmatic's actions were enforced by greed. He
Yep.
catered to sick individuals like himself
Mhm.
to make money in all possible avenues
Mhm.
relating to VR chat. And he has taken advantage of the systems implemented into the game to create a borderline illegal business, which is now defunct. I'm
Hmm?
gonna link the full Google Doc made by Agent Feline down in the description. She was the victim you heard talking about her experiences earlier on in the chapter. It's a great piece of documentation about a man that lives in the shadows of irrelevancy. Obviously, you all know
Okay.
I had to talk to this guy.
Oh man.
Now, if we go in there instantly asking about the Google document and the Vorsex dungeons,
Nah.
he's probably not gonna talk to us. But if we approached him with a business opportunity, things might be a different story. Let me introduce you to the Missing Asset Club, a brand new VR chat club that wants to bring back the edgy side of the nightlife.
Edgy,
There's
okay.
one problem now. The Missing Asset Club does not have a world for people to join.
What's with people like edgy? Like what? People are just clinging on to the past, man. Just like commentary YouTubers on Leafy. They just want to go back to 2016 so badly, man. I don't get it.
That is where Lismatic Studios comes in. We've all seen his glorious work in the past, so
Sorry, I just got shot.
we wanted him to be a part of the Missing Asset Club. We offered Lismatic $3.5
There's that
thousand
Resident Evil.
to make us a world, and of course, he was eager to get on a call with us to discuss further.
Of course he was, man. Since the grooming allegation is now proven 100%, the goal of this call was to see if we could catch Lismatic in a lie regarding the controversy. Okay. We also wanted to get proof of him from the man himself about the slave trading roleplay. Just so we are clear, Lismatic is innocent until proven guilty about being a child predator. However, we couldn't not bring it up given his reputation when it comes to VRC. Please do not harass Lismatic Studios in any way, shape, or form. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I'll still judge right now. I'll judge him, but you know, that's not harassing. Okay, I shouldn't have paused it. 5th of April.
Hello. Hello. So we're quite interested in your work. Like we've seen a few of the things you've made. We'd like to commission you. We'll pay half the money up front if you're down.
Yes, it's no problem. I currently have no commission set up, so I'm free to work fully on yours.
So basically, we have this name right here, the Missing Asset Club, and then we have this logo that we created basically.
Yeah,
and,
like a checkerboard, black and pink type style.
We want to have 2 torture rooms and a
torture rooms.
Torture rooms, correct?
Yes.
Okay, why'd you?
Because I have all sorts of assets. What type of things would you like in the torture room? I've got over 46 different dildos. I have an old world that I can.
Okay, okay.
It's one of my old worlds when I used to run this like slave roleplay group.
This slave roleplay group, are you?
He's just going straight into that.
Any plans to bring back EHG?
What does that have to do with anything?
You mentioned it. He was the one bragging about the slave thing. Oh my.
Because we wanted to make our club like fairly similar.
Well, one thing that I was very interested in is it like a doable thing to like get people to pay money?
You are gonna have to fill it out with taxes and stuff if you make over a certain amount. So just be prepared for that.
I kind of need to ask you something that might be quite personal. Like, obviously, if you're going to be attached to this club, like,
okay.
I don't want any, like, bad, I guess, like, PR. And we found this, like, really long-ass fucking Google Doc about you.
Oh.
We don't know if it's true or not, but it just seemed, like, really weird.
Yeah, so...
Okay.
The Google Doc says... So, first off, the person who wrote the Google Doc was that person.
Did you say that the person was a man that wrote the Google Doc?
Yeah.
I read a Google Doc from a girl, Agent Feline.
Agent Feline, yeah.
I saw one Google Doc. I haven't seen Agent Feline in literally 2.5 years.
So that's a different person to the person that we were talking about?
Wait, I've never even heard of this. Bro, I literally have not seen Agent Feline in 2.5 years. She was my buddy, and then she left. The guy that she was dating hated me. First off, Agent is an adult. She told me she was an adult, and I checked her ID.
So you did ERP with her, but she said she was an adult.
Like I said,
Okay.
this was 2.5 years ago. I don't remember if I did or not. I hardly even remember this. I just remember checking ID. She fucked about 20 different dudes. What the fuck? This is
Okay.
in the club, and she dated 2 different guys.
It says he magically forgot I was freshly 16 after initiating multiple ERPs with me and others and initiating a whole outbreak.
Okie dokie.
She literally showed me her ID.
I once had to prove I was 19 only to him, so he can prove to others that I was of age. Oh, she used my
actual name.
Oh, she just
What the
doxed you.
fuck? She doxed. So here's me saying, so you're a girl, but you're over 16, 18 or older. Yes. Remember, I told about being a trap. And then she sent me her ID, but apparently she was deleted it.
Just to be safe, would you be comfortable showing us like the rest of your DMs with Agent?
This is a violation of privacy. I'm not
Why is it
showing like private conversations with people.
Okay. It is getting crazy, man. I don't know how to feel about this. I forgot this was a Fat Rat stream. I forgot we're streaming this one. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. This is what I like about these documentaries, man. The crazy truth, the horrible truth, man. You need to face this, the reality of our situation, man. The horrible realities, man.
Basically, what she was saying is that, like, you needed proof that she was 18 so that you could allow her into the events. Without
That's a
showing the
nice
previous
profile picture, by the
messages
way.
of that message, it could just be you prompting that response from her.
I don't remember what I talked to them about this long ago. You understand that I don't know if I said certain things that are private. I don't know you that well.
Okay.
On the surface, Lizmatic somewhat held his ground on the controversial allegations when questioned about them. However, the scales start to tip when you realise the whole time he was putting on a show. When we originally sent him the extensive Google Doc made on him, he acted like he had never seen it before, when me, Iris and Tanjiro all knew that wasn't true. Everything he said in the reaction to the Google document is completely fabricated. Here is a screenshot proving that Lizmatic had seen it and even contacted Agent Feline about it back in January of 2022. Why would Lizmatic fake a reaction about a Google Doc that he's already seen? I'm not sure. Is it because he's guilty, or is it just because he wasn't comfortable around us? Either way, it was quite a performance.
This is so disgusting. I'm like 99% sure I'm not gonna get a VR headset by this point.
Okay, it's time to talk about VRChat itself.
Okay.
There are things that I just cannot avoid mentioning.
Okay,
The first
this
big
doesn't sound
thing
good.
That you've heard me say repeatedly throughout the video. This game is rated for 13-year-old kids. I understand
man.
that changing the game to an 18+ rating will not stop all the children from playing it.
Yeah,
However, it will tell adults that this game is not for their kids. I'm not gonna go too harsh on the VRChat devs, even though I know they get a lot of shit. And a lot of it is deserved, to be honest. However, not making the game 18+ rated raises a lot of questions. The first being, why? Because the only thing that I can think of is money. Everyone knows games are more popular when they're catered to children. More players equals more money. And maybe that's the approach that VRChat is taking.
VRChat's free though.
VRChat knows that its most degenerate and loyal players are the people buying VRChat Plus.
Oh, there it is.
Meaning the same people
Microtransactions.
sex clubs and the nightclubs of the game are the same people buying VRChat's subscription service. And I think that is one of the reasons that is contributing to VRChat not picking a side. Do they go with an adult experience or a child-friendly game? At the moment, they're trying both and
Oh my gosh, man. That's crazy. Midpoint scene? What do you mean by that? Now that is beautiful right there. What is this place? I want to go here. Look at that cat, man. Look at that. What is that? It's a robot spazzing out. What the? Help him. Help him. Update him, man. This is crazy. Those pants are crazy. Alcatraz, BO2, Black Ops. Pancakes, hot dogs, that's crazy. What is happening in this video, man? Okay. What is happening, man? Which way do you go? Oh, that's just a wall. Okay. End? Oh. See you guys next stream then? Okay. What do you mean by that? Into the biggest Twitch streamer. Oh my god.
During this documentary, I interviewed a bunch of people. So much so that some of them couldn't even be included.
Here's my
in the
part.
final
Here's my
video.
part. No, kidding.
One of the people that I interviewed
94
wanted
gigabytes.
to
What?
remain anonymous and claimed that they had some information on a Twitch streamer that, let's just say, didn't really paint them in the best light. Now, after I interviewed the person, I fact-checked that they actually were involved with this streamer at one point, and after fact-checking all that, I thought it was worth looking into due to the severity of the allegations. I felt, however, that if I was going to put out these allegations, I needed a statement from the streamer. To my surprise, they actually responded to my Twitter DM, and then proceeded to call me a clout chaser. They said that I'm just using their name for clickbait and views, because they're the biggest VRChat streamer. Look at this. They actually flexed. They flexed while addressing allegations. I upload every 7 months. But, you know, he still was persistent that I was using him. That I was using his name because he's the biggest streamer. Anyway, he denied the allegations, which is all I really wanted. Granted, I didn't actually send them the interview because I was planning on reaching out to a lot more people that may have been affected and getting their statements, but none of them wanted to talk to me. Now you're probably wondering why I haven't said the person's name yet, and the simple answer is, he is innocent until proven guilty. And I know, even if I preface this whole thing with, guys, don't send him any harassment, there's going to be people who just take these allegations and run with them and think they're true. So yeah, I really do not want to cause this person any harassment, especially because, you know, there is no definitive proof of what he's done. I just think it's worth looking into because the interview source to me seemed semi-credible due to their past relationship with the streamer. So if the biggest VRChat streamer is watching this video right now, first of all, it's an honor, you know, someone of magnitude to click on a clickbait as
okay, don't use Jesus like that, man.
But just so you know, I haven't said your name, you're not in the title, you're not in the thumbnail, you're not even in the tags of the video. Sorry if you're innocent, there's nothing to worry about. So yeah, also, sorry if I came off strong in the DMs, biggest VRChat streamer. You know, I was kind of shocked that you even respond, a little guy like me, messaging such a big, tall, huge name. I mean, you know, it's like imagine if you messaged Robert Downey Jr., right, and he responded, or Obama. Like, it was crazy. I mean, it was an out-of-body experience, so I'm sorry if I came off kind of weird in the DMs. That's my bad. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a very short version of the interview with just the core points, and then any victims that might have been affected can just reach out to this email here and message me what their experience was, or if they have any proof, etc. This way I can continue to investigate the allegations while not causing the biggest VRChat streamer any harassment.
Okay.
When did you meet?
Early 2019, late 2018. There's a group of people that are kind of a stream crew, and in order for females to join this crew, they need to send pictures. I mean, underage girls, young girls. You know, they'll exploit them for pictures, inappropriate or not, for them to be involved in, you know, or be involved in the crew to have screen time on his Twitch. It would have to be IRL pictures of themselves, sometimes inappropriate pictures, which would, you know, involve nudity. Other pictures could just be a selfie to make sure that the girls weren't ugly, as some of them would say.
When you mentioned the nudity part, would that ever be put onto a minor? Would a minor ever have to send a nude photo?
I can confirm that it's happened, that there was a minor, and it was discovered they were a minor, and they were removed. However, during that time, there were people there that knew that that girl was underage.
Of course it did, man.
Quiet until somebody had blown the whistle on it, and that's when the rest of the group had acted, as you could say, that they were shocked and appalled when everybody had known. Myself, personally, I'd never seen any of the pictures. I don't have direct proof of this, but this is, you know, what I've been told by other females involved that had been involved in the past and are currently involved.
Was one of the people that were aware that this person was underage?
Absolutely, 100%. And like I said, I know it still goes on. I still talk to people that have been in that group or are currently in that group, and you know, people that have been that have left because of the way people are treated there. I'm sure they'll have a lot to say too, but yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
I've known a guy for 2.5 years, started making avatars. He thinks he's entitled to everything. And I've seen this story happen with every single creator.
Gonna be the death of you and you and me. It's delicious, man. That song is amazing.
Pride, a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievement.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Pride Month. Pride, one of the 7 deadly sins. People who mainly celebrated Pride Month. Gay people. LGBTQ people. The LGBTQ are sent from the devil. Okay, I'm not gonna. No, I'm sorry. No,
Pride
it's just
infects a lot of people's actions in this game.
Pride
A
Month
lot of the
is
groups in
disgusting.
VRChat would be considered strange to the rest of the internet.
That is
If you went
okay.
into a Call
Okay.
of Duty
Okay.
game saying you're a furry, the amount of abuse you would receive for the rest of the game is incomprehensible.
Deserved,
But
honestly.
in VRChat, you have a lot higher chance of being greeted with a thriving community.
Yeah.
Mutes,
For
lollies, and furries
mutes.
make up a decent proportion of the game's player base.
Yeah.
You name it, VRChat has a big community waiting for you to join. Speaking of acceptance, initially, a lot of people who play this game are seeking exactly that.
Acceptance. Well, that's crazy.
How important is reputation in this game?
Clout.
Huh?
People hold clout.
Clout.
And if your reputation is ruined, you can't hold clout, you know? There's a lot of content creators, avatar creators, people will not be mean to you because you have connections. So if someone's mean to you and you have a lot of clout, you can say, hey, I don't like this guy. And then nobody else is going to like them. Or worst case scenario, you mess with the wrong person, you go on a KOS list.
Kill on sight.
Is like the only reason that like reputation at first, like you know, when I got into creators, it was like an addiction was because like in my regular life I'm an outcast, and on here it's a second life. You can be a completely different person.
Okay, this guy's growing on me, man. In the beginning I was like, this guy is, he's like okay, man, but I disagree with him on some parts, but I guess I can see where he's coming from. But now, man, this guy, I understand him, man. I understand him.
Hypnotist Sappho is a prime example of how pride can be someone's downfall.
This is the one we're talking. This is time. It's time for.
And if that
it's time.
You, it will by the end.
It is. It did.
Hypnotist Sappho was a 21-year-old female that was a part of the furry community in VRChat.
Yeah.
Which is one of the biggest when it comes to pure volume in the game. To give you a bit more background on Sappho, she marketed herself as sort of a hypnotherapist. She would find people in VRChat, sit down with them, and attempt to do hypnotherapy. Hence the name, Hypnotist Sappho. She managed to gain a decently small following on YouTube and became somewhat well known in the VRChat content creation space. Watching back some of these old videos, it's difficult to view them in a vacuum now knowing everything she was involved in.
Like a comfortable syrup covering you from head to toe. Notice how the syrup can absorb right into you. Down into
Get
your
this
neck, gently massage
out of my
every muscle fiber. What I want.
Just got done with some very huh? You're aroused by this? You're aroused by helping people?
What you to do is to take your arms and put them either at your side.
Wait, let me read the rest of this actually. Fractionated them a few times while doing erotic hypnosis. That's when writing and huh? And the other was trained up in the word that makes them feel deeper. What did I say?
What I want you to do is to take your arms and
the hell is this?
either at your sides or in your lap, and to take your hands and put them face down. That's right. With those waves gently rolling over you, massaging you, guiding you, and you may begin to notice how gentle my voice is at this moment.
It's no secret that people in this game take pride within their own respected community, and Sappho was no different. But Sappho was different to the other furries. Her ideologies only matched up with a select few from the community, but that didn't stop her from trying to convince everyone else that they too should indulge in her way of living. And that way of living would all become publicly available information when Sappho posted the video titled Coming Out About Things.
No.
And I wanted to make a video about coming out. It's a lot like when homosexuals were coming out in the 1960s during Stonewall and those sorts of events.
Here's the thing about these types of people, man. They always like try to put themselves in the same category as in like other communities and groups, so they can feel like validated and stuff. Like she's a zoophile. Spoiler alert: she's a zoophile. She likes f***ing animals, and which is disgusting. Yeah, and just like, and they basically think they're in the part of the LGBTQ, and there are some people like the MAP community. I don't know what the MAP stands for, the MAP, but they're basically open pedophiles, and they just like little boys and girls, man, and they think of themselves as part of the LGBTQ. Like,
sort of thing would have leaked out eventually. I'm just not going to give the opportunity for a Sappho exposed kind of video.
You got so
I am a
many.
zoophile. I do not have a thing for humans. I am more attracted to dogs. It's not so
my
black and white like many furries think that it is. Zoophilia is often very misunderstood, especially because of certain very terrible people.
This is why people hate furries, actually.
Someone that I will not mention if you remember that
Huh?
situation with the zoo sadism leaks. Unfortunately, when people think of zoophiles,
Zoo sadism. Sadists and animals do not go well. They don't go well. They shouldn't be together at all in the first place. Torturing animals for your own pleasure? What?
that's the person that comes to mind. People who force animals into situations
That's
they don't
you.
want.
Huh? What? Huh? What? Video 1. Hero in suit head forces a medium. Didn't the dog run? In gasoline view. 10 was jump. What? A corpse? What?
Completely deplorable and seen as rapists. Playing with
What the
an animal
f is
that
this?
not sexually mature is like the equivalent of pedophilia. They're fetishists and bestialists. Ethical zoos are not like that. Zoophiles are among the most caring
The
and
most
loving
caring
people
of-
towards animals.
No,
Biggest
you're
argument,
not.
of course, that comes up is about consent, and they want to compare like apples to oranges. They want to compare
Huh?
a sexually mature animal to like a toddler. In my opinion, it's a bad faith argument. I
What do
have
you
a really
mean?
close zoo friend that can explain more in a non-hypothetical way. This friend has a female German Shepherd and considers her to be the love of his life.
It sort of all fell
Oh
into
my-
place when I just removed myself from society. I turned off my phone. I went and hiked up a mountain, and I just wrote it all out and admitted it all to myself first. And I looked at it and I just said, okay, I accept this. You know, I'm a zoo, and my partner is the love of my life.
You can't be a place. You can't be a place. You're not a zoo. You weirdo.
I love her romantically, physically. You know, that is okay.
And I think so too. You see your mate
See, it's okay to love your pets, but this is taking it too far.
as the love of your life. What do you both do together?
Spending time with her is my number one priority. If I could, I would just spend 100% of my time with her. I'd never work because it's just so much fun. I take pleasure in
What?
simple things, you know, and I just take pleasure in watching her enjoy herself, even if it's with another person or with another dog or with me or by herself.
Clarifying for people, the vast majority of the time that you spend with your mate, it's not like sexual.
Absolutely. It's too early in her life to do those sorts of
Oh
things
my-
to that full extent yet. You can tell consent, yes or no, if you can read
What?
basic body language. A true zoo will know it's the beauty of that.
If they like, if they're like drinking water or something, and their tail goes like a certain angle. Oh, you gave consent? Okay, come here. What?
bonds
What?
that you find with one another when
What are
you're
you
able
talking
to
about?
communicate on a two-way street.
I would say that addressing their sexual needs helps them relax, lowers their aggression, and overall helps them feel better. A lot of people might be familiar with like a dog humping their leg, for instance.
No.
A dog sees you as a member of the pack.
No, they... Isn't that supposed to be like to assert dominance or whatever? No, it's for like boy dogs though.
That's how they see things.
No,
and they're the
they
one
d-
that's kind of initiating
It's because
the
they're
action,
their
and
instincts.
overall, it helps them with their wellness and their well-being.
Their
When it
hormones,
comes
man.
to the laws
I
and
think.
legal, I really think that people should consider whether or
No.
not the animal enjoyed the interaction.
For God knows what reason,
No.
Sappho was openly proud about all of the heinous things she admitted to. This upload gained a lot of attention, more attention than all of her previous videos, and this really catapulted Sappho's name to new heights within the VRChat community. Some people defended her.
Humanity has been having since the dawn of time. Where's the evidence? What is wrong with you?
Majority of
I know humanity was lost, but she just proves it can get even worse. That's what I'm
did
saying.
not agree with anything she was saying in the video, including the dev team.
Try to get the official on his side, banning the world's that banned.
But if you think that's where this story ends, you would be extremely wrong.
Of course, it continues. Oh my. Oh. I was gonna. Oh. That was almost bad for me, man. Jesus, I'm in danger at all times. Every single time I stream, I'm in danger, like I said. One day it's gonna be so simple. Just turn on the camera and that's it. But no. I just had to make things complicated, didn't I?
Yeah, I had a few interactions with Sappho. And like I said, I can make an observation based off of Sappho, who I've maybe talked to a dozen times. One observation that I made is that every single thing that's said is extremely calculated and thought out.
That's disgusting, man.
And it struck me as very unique because you don't meet a lot of people that are that careful about what they say, especially on VRChat.
I'm not careful about what I say at all, man. You know what things I've said, man. That's crazy. Like, I hate China. That thing. That was an infamous clip. No, it wasn't. No one knows about that, man. Actually, no one knows about that. But me, I know about that. Because I said it. You know, man. You know? It was a joke, though. Come on. Come on.
It was odd. Sappho always kind of struck me as an odd person.
Mm-hmm.
Very strange.
Despite VRChat banning her from the game, she just made a new account for free and continued playing and meeting new people using the service.
Of
She
course.
would also make a new server on Discord titled
Mamas.
Sappho's
Okay.
Hypnotherapy server.
No.
The server was, at its core, a roleplay server with a lot of
What?
sexual tones. Despite this, the age requirement to join was only 13 and above, just like the VRChat age rating. Here is where things got extremely out of hand. To cover all of the things in detail that Sappho did would take hours, so I'm gonna list them all off at once and go into detail with only a couple. She got caught sexting a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old she groomed on VRChat.
No.
She used the LGBTQ community as an excuse
No.
for zoophilia
No.
by comparing it to being a homosexual.
No,
There
no,
are
no.
countless examples of Sappho luring children into her server
kidding me?
to try and convince them that they are sexually attracted to animals
No.
and that it's okay. She eventually openly admitted publicly she's attracted to some minors. She started dating a 16-year-old VRChat player, and finally she faked a 13-year-old's death and claimed they
A
killed
13-year-old.
themselves because of the hate they received from being a zoophile.
Are you kidding
Then
me?
doubled down and claimed that the person's mother invited them to the funeral. I can confirm that the 13-year-old is still very much alive, and she shared with me her side of the story.
Okay. Why would you fake? Why would you? What? I don't understand how you could just use someone and fake their death, and blame it on the.
Curiosity when I just turned 13. I love learning about all the different paraphilias for some reason.
What is that?
During the time Sappho came out, I hopped into a zoo Discord server out of morbid curiosity, and I met Serval. We bonded, and I already felt like best friends with her.
Of course.
She told me she's a zoo. I've never seen a zoo my age. I said I'm excited
No
to learn
way.
stuff. She invited me to her zoo hangout server. It had zoos from ages of 11 to 32.
11?
Nearly every adult or late teen person on the server loved Serval in a sexual way. A day later, at night, Sappho joined the server and said it would be neat if her and Serval created a Suphile youth group.
No.
I was excited to hear Sappho joined, and I was excited about the youth group. Some days later, Serval out of the blue invited me to a new sharing Discord group. I was nervous at first, but I didn't want to make her upset, so I posted some things.
Hey, here it goes again with the peer pressure, with the trying to. Oh my gosh, man. Bro, I am this close. I'm this close to not getting VR, man. Just because of this. Not gonna lie, man, just because of this. The day I see my face on the camera, man, I'm gonna be so depressed. No, I'm joking. It'll happen one day.
The adults in there loved me and always begged me for more.
Okay.
Which turned out to not be hers, because she's transgender and 14. The server later made me a moderator on her zoo hangout server, and confessed that she loved me. I said I loved her too. I didn't really know how to react.
Okay.
She asked for nudes all the time, and I pretended
No
as if I had
way.
sexual interest. Later, Serval said she trusted me, and she invited me to her secret real Suphile pornography server.
What?
Which had a few other people. I cried and I threw up at the first video I even saw, which was an Australian fire animal rescuer aggressively having sex with a wallaby.
What?
She shouted in extreme pain. There was many dog pictures and videos, but there was also ponies and ostriches.
No.
I also saw a man have sex with a live chicken, and I saw a man force his dog to be given anal sex by a pony.
What
After a while
the
on the
hell?
server, I felt numb.
No. What is all this? This is. What? What is this? It's actually disgusting. I thought cats and dogs are the only ones in danger. I guess not. Why, man? Oh my.
And sick and depressed all the time. In the youth club, I was curious on how a dog can possibly even consent.
Yes, exactly.
One dude explained so much and went on to explaining how to jack off a dog and stuff. The next day, my parents deleted Discord and Reddit and Telegram.
Good.
I saw everything. I told Serval on TikTok I really wasn't feeling mentally okay and I shouldn't talk to her anymore.
Yes, good.
I
2
went
day.
up to Rip, Fly High,
Huh?
smoking that Paxu Bozo.
Oh.
It turns out
Okay.
Sappho said I was dead online.
What?
And didn't even bother blurring out my last name. She said that my parents invited her to my funeral. My parents didn't even know who Sappho was. I went to talk to Serval because I was so scared. Serval's account then responded to me saying she was her friend, and that the real Serval committed suicide. I cried so hard and harmed myself because I was so angry at myself for taking a break.
Why? All these. No. These kids are barely even. No. The mental capacity needed to handle these situations. They don't know what's happening to them, man. They're so these impressionable young freaking youngins, whippersnappers. I can't. I don't even know how to say this. The internet's so. No, man.
But I saw other people saying she was alive, so I took another break.
So deceptive.
And then Servo messaged me again
So
on TikTok,
horrible.
saying she was a 20-year-old man that kidnapped the real Servo and
What?
was actually abusing her. Keep in mind, this is from Servo's account. Then she said that she would kidnap me so me and Servo could have a baby that could be sacrificed to the one true God.
What?
I Servo, and I told her that. She finally admitted that it was her, and she claimed that it was her.
She is a horrible, evil. What the f are you talking about? Evil. This is serious. And you're faking a mental illness. Again with TikTok and mental illness. Oh my. An evil 20-year-old weird zoophile Wait, no. A weird predator 21-year-old that kidnapped the other what?
After all these things happened, and Sappho was truly exposed, she no longer liked the attention she was receiving, and in the end, pride really was the death of her. If she wasn't so open about being sexually attracted to animals, maybe she wouldn't have been exposed for the person she really is. Eventually, Sappho was partially doxxed when her Facebook profile was found. However, essential details were blurred out to the public. Sappho is or was also in the military, and there's
What's with furries and always being in the military? What's with that, man?
that her superiors might have found out what she'd done, which sort of reminds me of someone else. But I'll get to him later.
Oh no. Him again. Last time it was a streamer that was exposed for minor stuff, man.
Cases also involve sexual exploitation of minors, and Sappho is no exception. Sappho will go down, without a doubt, as one of the worst VRChat players ever, and possibly even one of the most disgusting people on the entire internet. She used a platform like VRChat to cultivate young, vulnerable people, all in an attempt to exploit them inappropriately, and used them to make her beliefs more justified in the eyes of the world. But Sappho is just one of the many unforgivable people that roam the lobbies of VRChat.
I forgot it was quiet for you guys. Frick, man. That world must feel so lonely. The Devil's Docks. Bro, from what I've heard, people can straight up dox you. Just by... what is it called? Just by using your email and stuff, man. Because you use your VRChat, your username with email and whatever. Envy and Wrath.
I grouped Envy and Wrath together in their own chapter because I feel like in VRChat they work in tandem. A lot of anger released on people is usually a byproduct of envy, which I think goes to show the childish nature of the player base that runs rampant in the underbelly of this game. What's the appeal of like doxing someone or blackmailing someone in this game? Like what's the...
It's a power, man. It's the revenge.
To be gangster, basically. Like, the way I sum it up was, they feel cool, you know, being able to go out and try to like flex.
Yeah, they feel powerful.
That kind of thing, where they're in a group, they're protected, they feel protected because they have people around them who do the same stuff that they do. It's basically to be in a community in which they can feel protected while doing stuff that's not necessarily acceptable behavior.
There's no way I can go any longer without talking about crashes. If you go onto VRChat right now as someone who's never played it, chances are you will run into an individual using some form of crasher.
There's a few types of crashing, basically. There's shade crashing, there's computer crashing, CDR crashing.
Essentially, what crashing does, as a general form, is anything that makes your game closed.
You didn't shake me. Calm
Some
down.
crashers will just boot your VR. Some will totally shut down your Steam VR. Some will just
I get it.
until you choose to leave yourself. Some will bug out your audio so you can't do anything. It's basically anything that prevents you from playing the game.
How do one of these crashes work? Let me set the scene. It's 4 PM and you just joined
Let's Glamour
the
Freddy,
public
let's
lobby
go.
in the
Let's
Black
go.
Cat to make some new friends. You see a group of people sitting on the couches and decide to join in on the conversation. You make a couple jokes, everyone's laughing, having a great time. However, there's one outlier giving you the death stare.
What?
All of a sudden, he pulls out a gun, and then 10 seconds later, your game is frozen and VR chat completely shuts down.
But why, man? Why you?
Crashers are usually equipped with some form of firearm. However, most crashing done nowadays is through clients, which are relatively cheap. It's honestly insane how easy it is to get a hold of one of these things, and it's also insane how easy it is to take someone out of the game. In fact, it's not just individuals that gets their game shut down, sometimes it is entire lobbies. These crashers are usually utilised to control the social environment.
Of
Players
course.
that own a crasher, by proxy, obtain the ability to kick anyone else out of the conversation.
Bro, free speech isn't a thing anymore, man. The government controls what's put out and stuff by social media, man, and these guys do too now. Can't say anything, man. Can't say
At the
anything.
click of a trigger.
That's crazy.
The only way to avoid these avatars from crashing your game is by disabling the particle and lighting effects on every player's avatar, which obviously taints the whole experience. Crashes are one of the more tamer things that goes on within the ones and zeros of VR chat. However, there's a more malicious offspring of crashes called a KOS list. Being put on a KOS list essentially bans you from joining any instance of a certain world.
What?
And it has to be done via the creator of that said world. This is a great example of how social relationships really do impact your experience within the game.
That's horrible,
which is just
man.
another reason why players value social status within the VR chat ecosystem.
Ecosystem.
Jealousy is the cause of most abuse
Okay.
you will receive on this game. And that jealousy usually results with you having an AK-47 pointed at your head, or maybe even being completely exiled from the community. The landscape really is made by
Why
the
are you-
players and controlled by the players, which in VR chat's
Hey.
case is definitely not a
Why
good
did he
thing.
not?
It's not just individuals that don these crashes, however. It's
Hold on.
entire groups. And I found this out by doing a little more digging into those mysterious VRChat players Belly alluded to in my previous documentary. Up until that point, a secret VRChat group was a pretty out there idea. However, after interviewing more people and understanding a different side of the VRChat culture, it was clear that there were probably tens, if not hundreds, of these secret groups in the ecosystem. However, they're usually referred to as gangs.
Just how, man? How? What? How does that even work, man? How does that work?
And they tend to indulge in multiple things. Crashing, doxing, blackmail seem to be the holy trinity.
Bro. Are you... Don't zoom in on it. Don't zoom in on it, man. Are you zooming in on it?
Besides the more common things that these people would do in the game, like doxing, etc., what are some examples of the more malicious things that they would do to other players?
Sharing nude videos of people without consent. You know, they record sessions of them European girls and then post them, you know? They have chats where they post them. Those without consent, they go, wow, look, you know, I just did this with somebody.
And the girls didn't know that they were being recorded?
All the time now.
Wow.
Like in real life, gangs have rivals. And yes, that means there are literal gang wars that happen within VRChat.
Guys.
Hacking, nuking servers, and
I'm gonna start a fat rat gang, man. Not gonna lie. I am lying.
doxing are all things members could get caught in the crossfire with. So it's safe to say the secret VRChat group that I was alluding to in the previous documentary operates like a gang. But at this point, there's probably a lot more than just one gang that isn't a big fan of mine. But I think where things start to really get disturbing is when the wrath and envy of players transfers into the real world.
And that's when it gets bad, man. Imagine there's a shootout in VRChat. They shoot each other. And, like, they all get banned. That's crazy.
And this person, let's call him Carl. He was super nice, and he slowly groomed me into a harem, so to say.
Harem?
Because I fell in love, like the naive girl I was. I was young back then. And the thing just spiraled out of control from there. I was sent drugs. I was
what?
They did things to me that I really don't want to speak about, but I guess most of your viewers already know that type of story. And then one day I got introduced to another person. He was really kind and really nice to talk to. He ended up really liking me quite a lot. And after I refused to tell him where I lived,
why would he do that?
Out of cart.
Of course.
He ended up traveling from the United States over to where I live and knocked on my door one day and introduced himself as the person he was, which was really fucking scary. I hadn't talked to him in a week or so before he knocked on my door. And when I realized who he was, I was like, what the hell are you doing here? Why are you at my door? And he was like, I love you, and I wanted to show you how much I loved you. And
No.
I'm like, I made it pretty clear that there was nothing going on between you and me.
That's tough.
I don't really want anything to do with you other than in VRChat. And he ended up forcing himself through the door, demanding that he would stay the night. that no way in hell will you stay the night. So I ended up calling the law enforcement for them to come and remove him, and I found out that not only did Carl tell them that where I lived, he also got someone to hack my PC and find out my credentials through my PC. Like my full birth name, my credit card, my phone number, and I stopped playing VRChat after that because it scared me so much that a person would just hand out my personal information to a person I didn't know.
Nah, man. 99.95%. Almost there, man.
They didn't really check the age of the people they were selling drugs to. He was fairly known in the community, like the person who sells drugs. So people will come up to him and ask. But he had people in the United States, and he was mainly doing it in the States, rarely overseas. And then they would have drugs, and then they would have big rave parties in VRChat, taking drugs and drinking alcohol.
So they were using VRChat as a form of, I guess, like marketing for the drugs. So they would meet people in VRChat, and then those people would buy drugs off them to use in raves with them.
Yeah, pills, ecstasy, cocaine, marijuana.
What, man?
It would be anything, you name it.
So.
And he would get it.
What?
Were these some of the first people you met in VRChat?
Yeah.
Final chapter, I think.
Lucky me, right?
It's really new. You know, like, it's kind of, you know, euphoric. You get new type of products. You take it out of the box, oh my god, this is a new thing. But it's just, it's very different. You know, the feeling of having a VR body moving when your actual body's staying still, it's very different. I liked it a lot. So, I mean, as you can tell, I'm still here.
Gluttony and sloth, much like wrath and envy, seem to work in tandem with each other. Almost every person I interviewed in this video said they were currently or previously addicted to VRChat. And despite the negative side I've exposed in this video, I can honestly see why.
Yeah.
It's a way to reinvent yourself. It's a new world
I
to
guess.
ultimately get lost in, and it caters itself to the strangest people on the internet and also the most vulnerable.
I think it is targeted at lonely people completely. I mean, literally since the history of online chat rooms, the whole appeal of it is you don't have to go outside to socialize. It's the easiest way to meet people.
It's like...
And everyone on my friends list, and I know hundreds of people. I have not met a single person who is completely all there.
It's like, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind.
Someone has an issue one way or another. Someone's lonely one way or another.
It's like good and bad, kinda, at the same time.
Desensitization of this game stems
Oh, okay,
from
bro.
gluttony and sloth. The more you see things in this game, the more they start to feel normal. The more you look at those silent group of furries staring into the mirror for hours a day, the more you think there's nothing to see there. The more you see minors interacting with strippers in full body tracking heaven, the more you think that is expected.
Yeah.
VRChat is a slippery slope because you can live there. You can't live in Valorant or Overwatch or Elden Ring, but you can live in VRChat for as long as that headset lets you. It is a known fact that one day the sun will consume the earth.
Consume
But what
it.
some people don't realize is virtual reality will consume our suns, just like Xboxes and PlayStations consumed us. It is inevitable. The market estimates for VR are upwards of $8 trillion by 2030, and the legal systems that are in place are not ready for the technological advancements that are going to be made within the next 10 years of VR.
And then the laws aren't gonna be able to do anything when the internet does like does like crimes and stuff, man. Like with the whole, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like doxing isn't what is it? Doxing isn't a crime, is it? The law can't do anything about it. Is the cyber police real? Because I've heard about the cyber police. I don't know what that is, man. I don't know if that's real.
When people don't understand a certain technology, they instantly write it off and don't take the time to understand things. Next thing you know, the sun has eaten the earth, and we didn't do anything to stop it. I can totally
can't
see
really do
how
anything.
people can get to the conclusion of, hey, just turn off your headset if anything bad is happening. Because at first glance, that's the logical thing to say. That is what I said when I first started learning about the space. But when I realised that this game is people's lives, I started to think of it a bit differently. You wouldn't criticise a 13-year-old for getting manipulated on Instagram or Snapchat. And VRChat...
Wait. InstaChat. Okay. Okay.
is no different. In fact, it's a lot worse, since it's a lot easier to manipulate someone in a 3D environment where everything feels more real. What is stopping someone from turning off their headset?
It's the same reason that a drunk girl won't leave a party. You are pressured to stay there because peer pressure. If I am in a party in VR chat and I want to go, but all my friends are there telling me, oh no, go get one more bottle. Come on, come
Yeah,
drink
I've heard
with
this.
us. If that was a real party, it's no different than a VR party. I'm going to stay and I'm going to go have fun with them even if I don't want to, because I don't want to be judged. The power of the social environment is a lot stronger.
Humans are crazy.
Any of us, I think, realize. VR chat headsets are getting better and better every year, and this game becomes more real every year.
The other day, I was walking back from a really nice Italian restaurant with a friend.
Nice.
When midway through our conversation, I started to become self-aware of the fact that all I was talking about was VR chat, and the things that happen in it, and how people ERP, and the strip clubs, and how crazy it was that the game was targeted to children. And that's when it hit me.
I still can't believe.
Right as I was crossing the street,
I can't believe that, man.
a 4x4 Jeep
I just
going
can't.
40 miles per hour slammed into the back of me.
Huh?
No, I'm just joking. But that was the general sensation I felt when I realised people who play VR chat aren't the only ones addicted to the game. I too am addicted to this world, this other reality. The fact all of these things happen in such a niche, small block of code is the reason I became so infatuated with understanding why. Granted, I'm not addicted to this game in the same way the general player base is, but nonetheless, I wouldn't keep making these videos if the entire topic didn't intrigue me, and I think I've figured out a sort of conclusive answer to why VR chat is the way it is. VR chat is an echo chamber. To the people playing VR chat, everything is completely normal, because everyone around them is acting in that way. Someone else is sleeping in virtual reality, so it's normal. Everyone else is staring into the mirror, so it's normal. Everyone else looks like anime characters, so it's normal. I think this game can easily mold people's morals and perception, and I think that's due to how much time is easily sunk within the walls of the worlds. And due to this game feeling so real at times and so immersive, a culture has formed as a byproduct of such a realistic environment, and that culture fucking sucks. It ruins all of the benefits an environment like this could have. I was recently hit by a Jeep though, so maybe my head's a little bit fuzzy, but that's just what I think. Listen, I'm not sure what's gonna happen to VR chat, but I really do hope there's an actual change to make it a safer place. Or at least I hope VR gets more widely adopted to the point where the culture of VR chat changes. Anyway, before we close out this video, let's talk about Straybound.
Hmm?
Because I know a lot of people would like an update to the
Oh
situation.
yeah, that. Okay, the streamer guy.
For those who don't know who Straybound is, he was the subject of my previous documentary. First of all, yes, he has been reported to the authorities, and I have contacted the Texas Army National Guard about the situation as well, since we managed to find what sector of the army he worked in from one of the badges on his uniform.
Yep.
Straybound is still active to this day on a private server, and he is still denying that he did anything wrong. In fact, for the past 3 months, I have had someone in his server to monitor his activity, and it seems like he is just acting like everything didn't happen. He is also still active on YouTube and VRChat.
Okay.
Do you have a long-term vision in terms of what you're trying to do with virtual reality and Oculus?
The promise of VR is it's to make the world as you want it. It is not possible on Earth to be able to give everybody all that they would want. Not everybody can have Richard Branson's private island. There's just not enough islands in the world to give them to people. Most of the people in the world live in relatively clamped quarters that are not what they would choose to be if they had unlimited resources. We have $25 cell phones in India now that are smartphones that do a lot of these things. And we can have virtual reality devices that can get cheap enough that lots and lots of people.
That avatar is so pretty.
And it can be a better world in many ways. Now, everybody points towards, like, there's this piece of art that goes around the internet of this sort of dystopian kid in the corner, drooling with glass goggles on, with rainbow pictures on them, and it's a terrible looking place. And of course, the first rejoinder to that is, well, is his life really better if he takes them off and he's in this horrible place there? We're at
But he
the
could change it.
earliest stage of it right now with the experiences that we have and the things you can do and how long you want to keep it on. But there is a path to this comfortable thing that you can wear for hours at a time. Maybe you spend your entire workday working in it. I mean, right now you can watch TV with someone else in virtual reality, which is this mundane thing, but you can have your sister or somebody that's across the country, and you can meet in a virtual space, look over and see each other, and watch something on TV. The whole point is to bring value to the world, and I think that virtual reality can bring a lot of value. We're not there yet. We're in very early days of there are certain niches of people today that can get a great value out of this. I don't pretend that this is something that everyone in the world can benefit from today, but we're inching our way up towards that, and that's how the world gets better, is by building technologies and distributing to the people so that they have something better than they would have had if that didn't exist.
And the world is gonna be ruined, and no one's gonna be able to fix anything because they're all too trapped in VR, man. That's about it. That's really about it, man.
Hello. You reached the end of the video.
Yeah.
I'm sat on a bed with a microphone, a new microphone, thanks to the lovely people over at Patreon.
Nice,
Seriously, I need to shout these people out. Without them, this video, the next video, it just wouldn't be possible. Okay.
Jeez, man.
Okay, like all these people's names up on screen. Thank you so much. It is unreal that people actually would go that far to support me. And because of that reason, all of the money that is from Patreon goes straight back into the videos. So all I'm saying is, if you guys go to the Patreon, not only do you get bonus content, all right, from this documentary, but next documentary, who knows? It might be looking TV quality. I've enjoyed talking to you through the Discord. Hopefully we can get a little Minecraft server up soon. I know that's really generic, but also thank you to Salty for editing chapter 5 and 7 of this video. Couldn't have made the video without you, and you motherfucker watching at home would have seen this video 2 months later. And I think the only way to thank Salty is to go subscribe to his channel, because he has criminally low subscribers. This should be illegal. No, seriously, if you like Funny Moments content, go check out his channel. I'm in some of the videos, his editing's great, and if you really like Funny Moment videos, then you should also go subscribe to Minty's channel. Minty helps with some of the voice acting in this video. If cancelling is your thing and you love cancelling people, go to these guys' channels, and I'm sure you can find some content that you can post on Twitter and like get me to like lose a bunch of subs. So go check out their channels. Also, big shout out to Akumi and Tanjiro. Helps a lot with the Lismatic chapter. I know Akumi is planning on releasing his own VR series, so I'm going to link his channel in the description as well. There should be like a trailer out, I believe. Huge shout out to Lauren. She helped voice this video. She was the second camera woman in most of the interviews. Shout out to Lando as well. He was my cameraman a couple times. You know, I would call him up at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
Ring, ring, ring. I have an interview lined up. He'd have school the next day, but he'd still hop on, you know, for like however many hours I needed him. I'll link his Twitch in the description. If you liked the music from the Lust chapter, chapter 3, go check out Perfidious' Spotify. I found him through my Discord server, and he makes super good music. So I used his music with his permission. Big shout out to him. Also, if you're interested in the Sappho stuff from the 5th chapter, make sure you go check out Turkey Tom's video. That's where I found a lot of the information from.
Yeah,
so,
watch that.
That's definitely a must watch if you're interested in the more fine details of the Sappho case. Thank you to everyone who reached out to be interviewed, sharing their stories. Yeah, I mean, the video literally wouldn't have been possible without you. So I appreciate you being so open with me and sharing a bunch of your stories. But most importantly, alright, you motherfucker. Okay?
Why are you calling me that? Why are you calling me that?
Spit on them. They don't even exist, okay? Because you, watching to the end of this long-ass video, that is the most important thing.
Hey man, I'm a
It's an
streamer,
honor
that's
that,
what I
like,
do.
anyone would watch this far into something that I've created. Oh yeah, something really important. Don't come to me with, like, problems that you need fixing. I'm not the person to go to. I would recommend reporting it to the FBI tip line if anything illegal has happened, or the Cyber Tips helpline, who pass it on to the authorities. That's what I do with all my information that I get. It's the most you really can do online, unless like you want to go catch a case. So yeah, don't message me to fix your problems. Message the professionals. I'll leave all those links in the description, along with all of the people that helped make this video possible. Yeah, I'm fucking starving now. I need some food. I'm gonna go call up my friend, and we'll probably go get some like Italian food or something. I don't know. God, I'm so fucking hungry. Holy shit. Right, thank you for watching. Oh, before I go, no, it won't be 8 months until the next video. It'll be a lot shorter. It'll be a lot shorter. Okay, subscribe. Do the what do YouTube say? They do notifications. It will not be 8 months until I upload. I promise. It's not gonna be 8 months. It's gonna be a lot sooner. Okay. First I do need to go eat though, because I can't work on an empty stomach.
Yeah,
so.
subscribe to BrandonFM. Subscribe.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Goodbye.
Subscribe, man. I'm already subscribed. Let's go. Is this part of the video? That was crazy. I don't have anything to say, man. This is literally just a movie. Documentary was inspired by Kendrick, man. Amazing, man. I have nothing to say. Hey, man, if I get copyright strike, man, no, man. That's... Man, I want to listen to the song, but... I'm gonna listen to the song, come on, man, come on. This was amazing, man. Actually. I love these channels, man. These channels that speak the truth, man, you know? Well, that was crazy. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. But yeah. That was crazy, man. I don't what is it? I don't there's nothing much to say, man. I'm speechless, man. Everything that's needed to everything that needs to be said has been said. So I'll just end stream right here, man. Honestly, if you liked, do what that guy said, man. Notification, whatever, man. Do what you want. Use the channel. Always, man.